Hi everyone, I'd like to do some painting today. This is a picture I've chosen here. It's a beach scene, I think it's Iona. So I'm just going to show you this in water-based oils. You can do it in oils or acrylics, whatever you like. Okay, so I'm just going to get started, and what I'll do is I'll show you my palette. So what I've got here is titanium white, some lemon, starting with the light colours first, and some yellow ochre. And I've got some light blue. This is just equivalent to Serenium blue. I think this is a different one here. This is cyan blue or something like that. It's in a different make, so it's a different colour. So that's cobalt blue and some Payne's grey. So that's just enough to get started now. So we'll get a wee layout of this. So I'm just going to use two brushes mainly for this part. So I'm going to use my big brush and a smaller brush to do my lines just at the moment. So here goes. So I'm going to just take a wee bit of the light blue, and I'm just going to get my marker. I'll just let you see the picture again that I'm going to do. You can see that all right. So you can see if I go like halfway there, that gives me an idea that the horizon's just a little bit above it, not quite half again, but we'll just put some markers out. So if I go halfway, it's a little mark. And we knew it was just a wee bit above it, so we'll say about there for the sky. Okay, just getting a bit closer to this to see it. Okay, so I'm just going to do like a little dotted line right across there, and we'll check that that's straight in a minute. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start with is get my big brush now, and I'm going to get some white with just a little bit of light blue at the moment, so that's white, and just a little bit of light blue just to get started. So it'll go somewhere in the middle of the sky there, and I'm just going to do a couple of wee bits blocking in at the moment. And what I'll do, I'm going to leave some gaps for other colours. So I'm doing this at a middle area first, so that it gets darker at the top and a bit lighter at the bottom. So we'll go back in and deal with that in a minute. So my paint's a wee bit on the watery side here, so I'll just soak it up with a bit more white and a bit more blue. I'm just doing sort of blocks at the moment, and then I'll go back in and do some details to the sky later on. This is just on a prime canvas that I have here, a pre-used one at that. So I'm going to leave this bottom area here for a bit lighter sky. You hear my brush? So what I'll do is I'll go back to my lighter brush. You can use various brushes for this. You just get used to using certain brushes yourself. So I'm just going to use some white with a little bit of lemon, which my brush isn't right clean. So I'm just going to go over here for my brushes a wee second. Get a bigger brush, a couple of brushes. And just get back to that. So what I'm going to do is fill in this area with some white and lemon. But get it really, really light now. You can always tone that down later. And that'll smooth in those wee lines as well, which is quite good. So you can lift a little bit of this a bit higher up as well. It's quite a good idea to use some white with a little bit of lemon and just a wee spot of yellow ochre, and that gives you a nice golden colour. You can also use Naples yellow as well, but I think it's always good if you can manage to mix your colours. Just watch it doesn't get too yellow, because if it hits the blue it will go green. A little bit of green's okay in the sky, but not too much. So I'm just going to go in with some white areas here, just for some light coming down there. Okay. So I want to keep most of it quite light at the bottom at the moment. And just while I've got the light on my brush, I'll lift a couple of wee bits of light here and there in the sky. Hopefully it doesn't go too green at the moment. I'm not doing so much of the yellow, just some white base now so that I can go back in with the colours. White's always a good start to do as a base for your sky because it means that you can mix your colours on here rather than on your palette. And you can see what you're doing when you're doing that. So sometimes it can look a bit different from your palette to the canvas. Okay, so I'm now going to just use my bigger brush and get into some of the dark blue. I'm just going to start with some dark blue up here. You can see that. This was quite a nice picture to do. So after I've got some of this in, once I've covered this area that I'm using this for, I can then add some Payne's Grey and other colours into it, maybe even bits of lilac as well. So I'm just going to go across the board blocking in some light at the moment, some dark at the top. The dark always helps to frame the sky as well, so it makes you sort of zoom into the light areas. So as I say, I'm just blocking at the moment, just blocking in some areas that I'm going to be working on later. I'm getting a wee bit light here and there, even high up. I'll tone them down. I don't want them as bright as that up there, but I'll tone them down later. But it always gives you a good base doing this. Using a bigger brush is quite nice because sometimes it just gives you nice fluffy skies without even meaning to do that. Some fluffy clouds, I mean. So since I'm nearly finished this bit of the dark, I'm just going to put a wee bit of grey in with this one, just make it a little bit darker. If you go around in little circles like that in your canvas, it will feed into the grains of the canvas and it gives you a nice smokiness as well if you can sort of blend the colours into each other a bit like that. So it gives you a wee sort of powderiness there beside the light. And just make sure that you've covered most of the canvas. If you see some little light bits, change your brush now and again and just add maybe some of the light blues into little bits. I'll be going in and doing more of this later anyway. But when you're blocking in, it's good if you can manage to create some clouds and things like that at the moment. And sometimes they just happen with your brush. It's nice to get a wee grey under that just to show that up. I'll tone that back down. So that's the dark blue and the grey just back in there. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of sort of dark clouds sort of coming that way, and they sort of enhance the light a wee bit, so you can sneak in between some of these wee bits of the grey that's left in the brush so it's not too dark. And this sort of outlines them a wee bit as well. So just watch, here's my brush. So I can go back and do some more of that in a minute. What I'm going to do now, while I've got some dark colours on my brush, I'm just going to take this small brush that I'm still using with a wee mixture of the two blues at the moment, just to get a wee sort of hill. It's just a wee sort of distant land there, very, very flat. The flatter you do this, the more distance it'll give you actually. So we're not wanting too much at the moment. And at this side as well. You can add a bit of pink into this or crimson just to make it a bit more purpley, but we'll do that in a second. Let's get this in first. It just kind of gives you the horizon, and I'll double check as well just the area, the space, make sure it's level. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So it can make some of them a little bit darker, especially next to the horizon line. We don't want much detail on them because they're quite far away. So you'll probably see another part of this video. You'll not get it all done in one. Try to keep them short, and then do another one because we'll not get it all done in one anyway. But just for a base here as well, just to get started, I'm going to use a bit of white, and again just a tiny bit of lemon. You'll hardly see this. I'm just putting that right up there just as a base. What we'll do as well, just to make sure that this is in the right place at that side and that side, to make sure it's even, just take your brush and just double check it, maybe somewhere along the middle and there and there. That's pretty alright. Okay, so you don't have to have it totally exact, but as near as possible. So just putting a bit more yellow on here now. So these are just some base tones that I've been using up there, just getting them in there now. As I say, we're just sort of blocking areas at the moment. And get a little bit more of that yellow showing up a bit more. It is lemon, that, it's not yellow, so it's given, when it hits the blue it will give us a nice green for in there, that nice kind of aqua tone. I'll let you see the picture again just to let you see what we're at. Alright, so there you are, that's what we've got done so far. So I'm just going to stretch that over there as much as possible for now. And keep using your whites to base this as well. So this comes all the way down, but we'll just do it in sections now because we've got wee rocks and things to get in there as well. So as I say, it's good to get the white down because your colours will sit lovely on it. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and get a wee bit aqua. This is let's see what they call it on this one, phthalo blue. Oh no, that's phthalo blue. Sometimes phthalo blue is quite turquoisey, but just to get there a wee bit quicker, we can use if you use phthalo green or terre, anything that's a sort of jadey green. Actually, I'm just going to try this wee bit of phthalo blue because it's quite nice. And if I put a wee bit of this, I'll just show you this. This is phthalo blue here. So if I just put, it's quite turquoise, you see that? So if I just put a wee bit of yellow in that, just a tiny wee bit. Too much would ruin it. So I'm just kind of spreading that across here quite thinly for now. and then I want it to go a bit more yellowy down here. So that's giving us quite a nice base for the kind of aqua tones in the water. And then round about here is probably where we'll start doing like the rocks, which we'll probably use a palette knife for that. So you can fill this in as much as you want right to the end. Although this and the rocks on this side come up quite high, so I'm not too bothered. I don't like to put too much white where I don't need it, because it just peels your nice rich colours too much and then you have to go over them. So just trying to keep them where I need it. So what I'm going to do is go into a wee bit of ultramarine here and just make this a little bit darker on the horizon line here. It doesn't need to be perfect this, it's just a dark strip in there, and it just kind of shows that up. I'm sitting on top of the light right now, so I might put a wee bit grey in that just to make it a wee bit stronger. Paint's pretty wet. With oils, even original oils, it's quite hard to get everything done in one go because everything's so wet. But that's a good start. So I'll just take my big brush and blend that in a little bit more. And while I'm at that, I'm just going to get a bit more yellow up there just to show those little aqua tones that's going on up there. Right, so I've done quite a good wee bit of the sky at the moment. I'm going to start bringing in some of the blues from the side just a little bit. And when you get that contrast of the dark coming over the light, you get a wee sort of sense of transparency in the water. So that's one of the ways to make it. This board's quite rough at the moment because it's been primed over. I'll just get some coming over there as well, and it just gives you a wee sort of idea of the tones in the water that we're going for. So that's what we're at the moment. When we come back, we'll do a bit more on the sky, and I'll show you how to do the rocks with a palette knife, and then we'll work our way down there, and that should do us. Okay, so I'll just show you the picture again. That's us. And I'll show you the painting. Okay, so we'll go back and do some more on Iona when we come back. Okay, catch you next time.